Absolutely, yes. Let's go. Yes. Yes, 2 times. I know the vibes, though. She like, ooh la la, oui, oui. She go, ooh la la, oui, oui. We go, ooh la la, oui, oui. They like, ooh la la, oui, oui. Okay, ooh la la, oui, oui. She like, ooh la la, two-step. Like, ooh la la, oui, oui. Like, ooh la la. Looking for M's like I lost a friend. Hop up out the bed like, where's the bread? What it do, people? You're now tuned in. Popovich. Popovich TV. That's my show. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic. That feeling. Back up in here. One more again. So if it's your first time, then where the fuck you been? Over here on my side, we deal with sports, hip-hop, entertainment, interviews sometimes when niggas don't be acting flaky, Popovisms 101, and of course, motivation. If that sounds like something you can rock with, then before you usher to the left and hit stage left, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, smash that noti bell, so when I upload the videos, you get alerted. You get alerted when I upload the videos, and if it's not your first time and you've been rocking with the channel, good looking. But you know how I do. You know how I plainly start my show. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. And we is in the end game, people. And we in the end game because, unfortunately, this is gonna be a rapid fire show. That's number one. We gonna rapid fire this shit. We ain't been on in a little minute, 2 days to be exact. Long weekend for me, you know what I mean? Had death in the family, unfortunately, had some things going on. You know, life can get in the way. I be busy. I am a mover and shaker, which is Eminem, you know what I mean? Move maker. And so sometimes I can't just always just jump on, you know what I mean? And I apologize for that. But life happens and it is what it is, and that's that. But it's going to be a rapid fire show today. I seen this news clip. I don't know all the details. But unfortunately, you know, when I seen this story, Everett Jackson, LSU basketball player, college basketball player, rest in peace, died in an accident, they're saying. They're meaning people who report this shit, you know, people on the grounds close to the situation. And first and foremost, condolences to his family, and obviously rest in peace, and may the Most High have mercy on him and have mercy on all of us. I'm sure we all gonna need it. A lot of us is not saints and angels, and I know on the channel I'm definitely not an angel. So, you know, rest in peace to him, and condolences to the family, and may Allah give them strength to get through it, to lose a son. You know, we just talked about another basketball player, but it happened in Harlem, and unfortunately that was a shooting, you know, a fatal shooting out of the 9 people that got killed in Harlem last weekend, right? Like last weekend, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? He was killed by gunplay. And then that same day, you know, we was walking with my son to boycott black murder. But this story, obviously, there's no gunplay involved. Some people are looking with the side eye on something, I mean, suspicious, like a little shaky, a little nervous, a little shaky, a little nervous. It's a little shaky for me when you hear the details. So allegedly, maybe, kind of, sort of, you got to add that. Dealing with a white joint, you know what I mean? Some white, you know, some white snow bunny. Mormon family, not really big on, oh, but you black. Right, they're not big on black. They don't like you. This coffee smells like shit. Right. Shout out to that podcast. I love his podcast, his show. I mean, the coffee podcast. Goes to visit his white girlfriend in Iowa or wherever, right? Goes on an excursion, I guess, on some water rafting shit. Now, I mean, certain things I just don't do. That's just me. and you know, playing with animals. Like you seen the black dude. Well, I don't know if it was in Africa or wherever it was at. He was antagonizing the lion, playing around. Then all of a sudden, the lion caught him. You know what I mean? And ripped his whole finger off, and you know what I mean, ripped some ligaments off, and you play stupid games, right? You know, you get stupid prizes. I'm being funny, but I'm not. You get stupid prizes. I don't do that. I don't jump off buildings with the bungee jumps and all that. I'm an adrenaline junkie, but just not that way. I'm not. One time I did the show out in Brooklyn. You know, the speed races, and I'm speeding on Mario. We're gonna talk about verses a little bit later on. Where they doing the drag racing, and then you got some people get so close to the car when the car's spinning around. I did a video. Go see the other video I did on this, and you also see the world's biggest crashes, or like the unbelievable, the most amazingest videos where you see people drag racing and people want to get so close. Then all of a sudden on the day you decide to get close, stick your nose in it because you don't believe shit stink. Car, you know what I mean, goes out of control, the driver loses control, and then smack you up out of here. And right, do you ever think about when you out of here, your record deal, video, your days of drag racing, watching out of here, that part? The water, the getting in the water and rolling upstream and raft, racing and doing all this water shit. Everybody's not me. And I'm stereotyping a little bit, like all my brothers eat chicken and watermelon, talk broken language and drug selling. KRS One reference. That's not true. Everybody's not drug selling. Everybody don't like chicken or watermelon. And I told you on the show when I quoted this last time, I don't like watermelon unless it's in the liquid form and I'm drinking juice. And this is Soros. But anyway, unfortunately, him and 5 other friends, I'm saying, damn, they in Idaho, his family don't like him. Is he with 5 black friends? Is he with 5 of their friends? And long story short, the raft, they missed their exit, whatever that means. I guess you're supposed to steer the raft when it's going, on the rapid waters, etc. They missed their exit, so they decided to, according to the reports, maybe kind of sort of allegedly swim back towards the exit. But the water was so rough, they dragged him down. Now he's 6'7", 6'8", athletic, 21-year-old, black male, you know what I mean? She's a white woman and, anything you can do, I can do better. Anything you can do, I can do better. Yes, you can. No, you can't. Like, I'm being funny. She was able to hold on to the branch, make it to, the story just sounds real side-eye viewing. And with that being said, I'll end it on this rapid fire. After his body was missing for a few days, they didn't find him right away. When they did, I guess the rangers, the park people or whatever, they're like, when the water is like this and the tides is like this and the water's rough, you shouldn't go rafting. What? Oh, right. So y'all don't give us that message before we went out rafting. Y'all tell us after the dead body pops up. I find that very, very, very odd. I find it crazy. So today was a long day. I still got that energy to win, play the curve and get nauseous. Watching the spin and spin. Let's talk about this real quick. First of all, shout outs to one of my new subscribers, Michelle, Harlem, stand up, you know what I mean? And, she just got put onto my channel. I'm like, you watch the content? Because I always want to get people's opinion when they new subscribers. Shout out to everybody that been rocking, but I welcome in new people too. Still not going to set myself on fire. Still not going to sell hamburgers on the side of the Brooklyn Bridge. But anyway, she like, yeah, I like your content. Woo, woo, woo. A little long for me. And I say, listen, my cousin Elena said this one time too. This was back in the beginning when I was starting. I've been running through these YouTube streets, running through these YouTube alleyways, and they should have never let me in the game, and I'm not going nowhere. However, my competition, a lot of them, that I rock with a lot of their channels, they ain't really come. I'm just being funny when I say that. Like Mecca Audio, who was in the building last night, he fuck with the channel. Other people like him fuck with my channel. So as long as people like Mecha Audio rock with the channel and think I'm one of the best things on YouTube, I'm good. Like, not to say I don't want more followers, what I will say is the people like, you know, that do other content like me, a lot of them, to my knowledge, you know, this is what they do. You know what I mean? As far as this is how they paying their bills. I got other shit that I'm doing to pay my bills, so can't really just sit up and do it the way people want. The best way for me now is to go live, talk my shit, maybe do a few topics, maybe chop it up if I got time. You know what I mean? But shout outs to Michelle, shout out to everybody that's new, that fuck with the channel. You know what I mean? And we appreciate you. Let's talk about this though real quick. Real, you know, I'm talking about death. Let's give an honorable mention to Tony Saragusa, who was the Baltimore Ravens defensive nose tackle, I believe. And you know, he won the championship. Like, your wrist bling bling, my shit bling blow, with Shannon Sharp, you know, Ray Lewis and all those boys in 2020 with Trent Dilford. They beat my Giants in the Super Bowl, and it was a slaughterhouse. And he died at 55. And I said, damn, like I said, I just had the death in the family, just found out today, actually. You know what I mean? So we trying to deal with that. You know, death never is easy. Everybody deal with it different. You know, I seen my little cuz, he just was, you know, dealing with it the best way he could. And, you know, some people laugh and they try not to think about it. Some people go into a deep funk and they stay there for a while. Some people turn to drugs. Some people, you know, find other little outlets. Some people want to lash out in violence, you know, and let anger out and frustration out in that way. I say, obviously, without hurting people, look for a way to channel whatever emotion is that you're feeling and let it out the best way you can without obviously hurting the next person, because that's not going to do anything. But, you know, rest in peace to the goose, like the gooch, not the gooch, the goose. Rest in peace to the goose. You know what I mean? 55, obviously he was a big man. I don't know his health conditions. You know, this was what, 2000, that was 22 years ago. So, well, he was 23. He was 23 years old. Shit, yeah, 23, 55, 22. That is a long time ago. So I don't know his health condition. You know, obviously we getting over COVID, it's monkeypox, it's a lot of bullshit, bubblegum shit going on in the news, in the world right now. Like I said, it's a little shaky, a little nervous, a little shaky. It's getting nervous. Should have the purge masks on. A lot of the women is out in the streets. We're gonna talk about road wave in a minute, but rest in peace to Tony Saragusa, aka the Goose. You know what I mean? And condolences to his family. May Allah give them the strength and the energy to, you know, get through this tough time. Let's talk about something on a lighter note real quick before we jump back into something crazy. I watched the verses, not the whole verses. I came in, I was in the house doing some shit. Like I said, I was mad tired. Matter of fact, before we get into that, let's give a shout out to my nigga D-Rock. Last night we was out celebrating B-Day. You know what I mean? Hold on. We was out celebrating the B-Day. You know what I mean? My nigga BouT Black is one of the best. Like, you know what I mean? He's one of the best as far as DJs and entertainers. That's my nigga D-Rock, aka Darren. You know what I mean? That's 10 Toes Down. Shout out to 10 Toes. Shout out to Mecha Audio. Shout out to everybody that was in the building last night. We was just out, you know what I mean, vibing, you know what I mean? Harlem for the win. This is my nigga right here, BouT Black, if he don't get no blacker, you know what I mean? We'll put the footage up of that later though, you know what I mean? And hanging out with BouT Black last night, I want to say this real quick about Harlem, right? Because you could be a somebody, like somebody think they somebody that knows somebody is somebody in Harlem, right? And I'm sure it's like that in a lot of places, but Harlem is definitely the creators of the movers and shakers. If we not the creators or the originators, we're very close to it. Make no mistake about it. That's why I just hit different. Like wherever you go, being from New York is like, yeah, you from New York. But when you say you from Harlem, like, nah, I mean, it's a different type of energy and it hit different. That's just been my experience and, you know, and my, you know, observations out and about traveling through this vast world. You know what I mean? The world is vast and it's big. But You could be in one spot and be the man, and be in one area, and then go to a whole nother spot, and people don't know you, or they don't treat you the same. It's like who the promoter, like, who Well, happy birthday to D-Rock, many more. Shout outs to Dove Love, like, my bro, I ain't seen him in a while, But anyway, watching the verses the other night, came in around the time the fuckery and the buffoonery started to raise at a different level. And make no mistake about it, I heard the shit started like early, meaning like they were supposed to start, but Marion didn't come, and it just took mad long, and they had a whole bunch of people come out and perform and dancers, and the shit didn't start till like 11:30 or something like that. I was supposed to start way earlier. So I came in around the part with Marion. Him and his brother grabbed the watermelon, and they had everybody, chatting it up, chirping it up. And, it's entertaining, it's it's showmanship. But really, it really just was some buffoonery shit. I get it. You an R&B singer, like niggas be talking real greasy on them R&B records. Well, I'm platinum a million times, nigga. Check the credits. That's a whole reference. So I get it. You want to whine and sex it up for the ladies, and put all your sexual prowess out there. Let them know you can put it down in the bedroom, etc. Eating the watermelon, like it was a vagina, like it was a box, and this is what you really do. Then passed it to the girl. One of her friends was like, yo, you bet not eat that motherfucking watermelon. Like, you could clearly see her lips was like, yo, you bet not embarrass us on TV. And that's what a good friend is. And to whoever's out there, that's you. Because a lot of us need good friends to tell us like, yo, your eyelashes, this is a side note, because this is my show, I do what I want. Like, if I could see you, if you walking in the dark night, and it's nighttime, I could see your face in the light, like before your face features starts to clarify and I can start to identify who you are. If I could see your eyelashes before I see your face, that means something is wrong. And last night, coming back from this shit, go in the store, I was a little hungry and shit. Go in the store, get something to eat. It's like 5 young girls. I say young, I'm going to say like 18, 19. That's young to me. You know what I mean? Not 17 academics. Even though that's the legal age for consent. You know what I mean? Like talking about 18, 19, 20 young girls. You know what I mean? Young joints. All with the eyelash. Talking about every single one of them. And I'm just only pointing this out because like they all like get the same eyelashes from the same fucking like local beauty store. You know what I mean? Shit just must be hanging on a rack where you could just go take them shits off and plug them shits on your eye. And I even had to say it out loud. It's not even trying to be disrespectful or be funny, but it's like I think I said something to the effect like, damn, they don't even tell each other like that shit look crazy, shit crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Another side note. So, where I live, it's a little spot or whatever. So it was some African chick talking, an African dude talking to some chick. They was standing real close. Couldn't really hear what they were saying at that time. But then all of a sudden she steps out the partition, and now she getting a little loud, a little boisterous. Can't still really hear what he's saying. Then all of a sudden she walked by like, yeah, I smacked the shit out you with some wild shit. So, sometimes I mind my business, sometimes I don't. It depends on how I'm feeling to keep it a buck with you. So I'm like, you gonna smack a whole grown man? Like, word, women is out here beating niggas' asses? That shit crazy. That's exactly what I said. So she turned like, yeah, whatever. And I'm like, well, all right. Then she like, you ain't hear what he said. He said, he want to lick my box. And that's not the word she used. And being mad disrespectful. And then there was 2 women on the side and back of me. I'm like, listen, I don't care what he said. I mean, even though he's all the way wrong, he'll be even more wrong if you put your hands on him and then he just wipe the floor with you. Like, knock your teeth out, punch you in your teeth. Like, know what I mean? What Slick Rick said? Punched in the belly in, stepped on the feet, slammed the child on the hard concrete. Like, if he do that to you, he gonna be all the way wrong. And it's gonna be nothing that you can do about it because he's bigger than you, he's stronger than you, and you're not gonna win that battle. So the thing is, if he did disrespect you, you can go get your man, husband preferably, you know what I mean? Your brother, your uncle, or somebody like that, and then men will deal with men. Women, I don't suggest that you do that And she walked away, and then that was that. But that was side note. Young joints in there looking all crazy. But anyway, as far as the battle, I mean, it wasn't really like, you know, when it comes to these verses, since they've been entertaining us now, Swiss Beats, Timberland, you know, some of them is hit and miss. Some of them is entertaining, and they funny, and they good, and it's like, oh shit, this shit is lit. And some of them is like this battle here, this verses. I'm gonna say it was probably they do 20 songs a piece. I'm gonna say it's probably was like 15-5, maybe 16-4, could be 14-6. I ain't gonna shit on Marion completely. He do got some songs that I like. Obviously, Icebox, and you know what I mean, Speedin'. You know what I mean. He got the joint with Chris Brown, and what's the Aoki. You know what I mean. Eat the booty like groceries. He got a few joints. You know what I mean. At the end, when he did his last song, the B2K Bump Bump Bump, they played the Diddy verse. His DJ is the epitome of DJs that suck. The opposite of black, you know, a Boogie Black. They get in the party, they just gonna play their track list. They're not gonna care how people is vibing to it. What's the temperature? Check the temperature. You know what I mean? Like Miss JP. You know what I mean? BX stand up. You gotta check the temperature, see what the people is rocking to. Then you let the shit play. If you see they ain't really rocking with it, it's like, nah, you can't keep going with your track list just because that's what you want to play. And you know, last night, the day before, whenever this shit was, his DJ wasn't helping him at all. His brother, they was all making him look bad. He brought Tank out. Tank looking like 10 toes down, or 10 toes looking like Tank. One of the two, but them niggas is rocky ready for the summer, like airport backs and shoulders. You know what I mean? That's why I'm trying to get my shit in. And that's another thing, as far as outside of the music. I think Mario had the better catalog. He just got the better songs. So it don't matter if you can sing better, if you can dance better. My songs are just better than yours. They're more known, they're more likable, they have more spins, they had more feeling than yours. So it don't matter if you bring 10 people out. Then he brought Jeremiah out sounding horrible, brought Ray J out there, and they got to help him sing the songs, horrible. He just kept making himself look bad. You gyrating on the floor, you doing dog pees and shit like you in the gym. And he just really buffoonery, making a caricature of himself. And I made it look bad. Meanwhile, Mario, he was just doing his 1-2s. Like, you're going to get this. He sounded like Ja a lot. Like, y'all, we just going to get this R&B, hip-hop work tonight, Fat Joe, and that's going to be that. And that's pretty much, he stuck to the script. And he did his 1-2. Obviously, he did his last song, you know what I mean? You Should Let Me Love You. But people was kind of getting on his body a little bit. And I want to talk about that in this sense. Like, first of all, I don't think the brother looked bad. I mean, we was talking about this today. We was driving out, you know what I mean, walking out. Like I said, today we did the walk with cancer. I'll be putting up some footage of that. You know what I mean? You can see the kid, my girl, Rinka. You know what I mean? She one of the founders, 11 years strong. She a cancer survivor. You know what I mean? And you know, she wanted to organize. I interviewed her. We chopped it up real quick, and I'll be putting up the footage tomorrow. So we ain't gonna get into too much of that. But y'all see the fit. Y'all see what we was doing. But while we was driving out, you know what I mean, LI, get some food and shit. We was talking about that because people was like, yo, I think Mario was 35 and Omarion is like 37, or maybe an age off, you know, Google and shit, depending on the birthday. Not looking at him like that anyway, but just, you know, I'm in the gym, so I see who got the 60, who's sitting on swole, and who's not, who got the flabby wabby, and like myself, I'm trying to stay right, etc. Age aside, I'm just trying to stay fit. There's people older than me that got the better, more tighter, you know what I mean, shit, and it's okay. But people was like really clowning them in the comments, because when I was watching it, I watched it on Instagram on Versus, because I like to read the comments, you know what I mean? I like to see what everybody's saying. Like, you're going to let everybody talk about you. And obviously people was clowning on Marion, but they was kind of clowning Mario too. Like, he got the dad bod, and he got, who else? They kept saying, women kept saying that he's giving me the Jada Kids vibes, and I wasn't seeing none of that. But I think, you know, for the most part, men is not going to go get no tummy tuck, obviously no BBL. You know, you may pull the Funk Flex, you may get the lipo, and a few people, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. Men, just like women, You can do what you want to do. It's equal opportunity, but you just don't really see men doing that. Or maybe if they are doing it, it's not advertised like that. You don't just see men running to the, to the clinics and to these surgeons to let them chop them up and all. They rather either get it out the mud in the gym, or you just accept your body. That's it. Like, love yourself, love yourself, love yourself, and love yourself some more. Like the hat here, love yourself. You know what I mean? And Yankees lost that no-hitter after winning 15 straight home games. Side note, you know what I mean? Sports, hip-hop, interviews and shit. What's all the body shaming about? Like, you know what I mean? Like, we get it when men do it to women in the sense of like, yeah, you went and tried to fix something that you might have been not happy with. And I think the surgeons be doing black sisters dirty. That's just my opinion. They make y'all all look the same. The butt don't match the body. The leg look a little funny when you look on that side. The side view, you can see the little wing, the leg. You look like an ant in pants. And it just looks funny. You know what I mean? Does that mean people ain't going to hit? No. It just means that after they hit, it's probably like, see ya. You know what I mean? Like, and that's you, good looking for the buns, and I'm out of here. Just to hit it and quit it. That's just what it is. I talked about one of the sisters that had got a BBL, got the lipo, got the titty, the breast, booster, and everything was looking fine. Her ass was on stupid, and she like, no man. After she got that surgeon, took her serious. Then she had complications. She had to take the shit out. I think Kate Michelle, one of her documentaries, because now since she took hers out, she go around to other women and they share their story, etc., etc. But it's like we get men looking at you and saying your ass don't match your legs and it doesn't look right, don't fit your symmetry of your body. Shaming men that if you ain't getting no surgery done, you ain't thinking about getting no surgery done, and you just happy with your body and you love yourself. Like like everything else is good. My arms is good. My chest is out. I got a little pudge on the stomach. So what? Men will just accept that. We'll deal with that. But overall, I didn't think he looked bad at all. You know what I mean? As far as that, close to 40. Being in the entertainment business for all these years, I'm sure you got plenty of buns. I'm sure plenty of women, because they was even in the comments, besides the little few that was talking about that he didn't look good, will give up the buns and give up the box. Easy, breezy. You know what I mean? Skeet, skeet. You do whatever you want with me. You can't tell me any different. Let's talk about some other shit, though, because this had the ladies, woo! Like Miss Evans from Good Time, when she get mad and something happen, and she be like, damn, damn, damn. Like right now, it's a lot of women mad right now. Like they big mad. Like, you mad, bro? You big mad. Like Richard Sherman when he was talking to Tom Brady after they beat them. They was losing, they came back, got the last laugh, even though that was the regular season game. He like, you big mad? Oh, you mad. And I'm not making light of it. I am old enough to know or have the awareness of hangers being used for the A word, abortion. You know what I mean? Right? They abolished that on the federal level. No, that's no longer protected under the Constitution, and obviously they're kicking it back to the states. And this is nothing new. That's why I'm not shocked and amazed. I think a lot of women took it hard, or at least that's the narrative that they're going to spin on News One. And I'm from New York, so a lot of the news is that they put in, a lot of the ladies is speaking out like they never heard this at all. You know what I mean? As far as like this shit didn't get leaked last week or 2 weeks ago, they already they tipped their hand like, this is what we about to do. Check the temperature, and then in 2 weeks when the shit really pop off, y'all gonna know what it is. So now that it's actually happened, you got women getting arrested. You got some men even out. Some of the clips on the news that I've seen, and we're talking about Roe versus Wade. I guess the law went into effect in 1970s. I said, so it's 50 years old, or it's been 50 years old. And I'm not an aficionado on none of this. Just like in my last video, I'm not gonna act like I know all the ins and the outs, but I am gonna give my opinion and where I stand on it. Do I think it set us back? No. Do I think people pick and choose when they want to accept democracy that they say America is about? Yes. Meaning like you mad, right? And some people are mad. Because they say it's their body, their choice. I even seen one dude's clown. He like, yeah, if they want to have a baby, cool. If they want to have a baby and leave it on the doorstep, cool. Like, no, that's not cool, bro. It shouldn't be cool. And y'all already know me on the channel as far as having kids. Like if I was in control and I had a vote, even though I've been up north, I'm not an angel, I've done shit that I'm not happy about, and I'm just a human just like you. And we all are ordinary people. In my opinion, in my estimation, if it can be laws or tests or some type of criteria to say before you even, fuck abortions and all this other shit, before you even think about being a parent, you have to pass some of these criteria or you don't have no kids. I know that's like dictatorship and it's my body and it's my choice. I'm just saying if it was me, you know what I mean? If I was in charge of some Nas, if I rule the world, I free all my sons, I would change some shit just like I'm sure every American, if you can have it done your way, like who's you can have it your way? Burger King, not McDonald's. McDonald's is I'm loving it. I don't love none of that fast food. But Burger King is you can have it your way. If they say, yeah, you can choose and we're gonna let you run this shit. Do you know how toxic-turvy this shit would be? You know what I mean? You got Martin Luther King on some of these memes with the do-rag and it'll be the OK Corral and bitches will be selling pussy everywhere. Kids will be eating candy all day long. Everybody will be listening to rap music. This shit will be out of control in some areas where some people are. And I accept that. That's why you have to have law and you have to have order. Otherwise, there'll be chaos. But to my point is, when shit is for people, then it's democracy. Everything is good. We agree, we going because they ruling in your favor. Soon as when they don't rule in your favor, you act like President Trump. Like they cheated and they jacked you. No, it was a vote. They voted. That's what it is. It also goes to show that what was once before don't mean it's always going to stay. And I'm going to plainly add to that. Right, you know what I'm going to add. Do you ever think about when you out of here? Your record deal, video out of here. That Range Rover, Mercedes Benz, all that shit out of here. BDP is old school, but we not going out. And I'm playing, but I'm not. You have some people that think just because shit is in effect now, that's forever. You got people up north right now that when I was there, they had packages. Now you don't have packages. You have people that have certain phones and you can have 4 shirts. Now you have 1 shirt. Just because it was in law or when you was born, that's the way it was, don't mean that that's the way that it's always going to be. Americans take a lot of shit for granted. And this is a wake-up call, and I'm all for getting political now, like Bill O'Reilly, you only rile me up. Get riled up. Get in the streets, get crazy, get a little ruthless, let's get crazy. Slick Rick reference off the Greatest Adventures of Slick Rick. Get a little ruthless, let's get crazy, get crazy. If that's what you want to do. But the thing is, they did the votes legally, right? Nobody came in, did no backdoor shit. The judges ruled the way they wanted to rule, and it was ruled 6-3 in favor of overturning that shit. The day before that, or maybe a few days before that, talking about the gun laws in New York City. Pow, pow, pow. Talking about, yeah, this is a gun right there. You know what I mean? Like the Face Off movie, you Face Off with Nicolas Cage and John Travolta, yeah. I mean, this is from that movie. I'm playing, I'm just being funny. New York City gun laws. We're going to get back to Roe versus Wade. People is appalled. Everybody use that word. It's reprehensible. It's appalling. No, it's not. I say, as a person with felonies that don't have certain liberties as other law-abiding citizens that never broke the law. I'm saying this as a person that broke the law and to break the law again if I have to. Keeping it a buck on the channel. Popovich TV, we live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic. That feeling. Hit the subscribe button. I'm going to break it again if I have to. With that being said, for the people that live by the law, Saturday Night Live, bikes going on. If you can carry a gun, go get you a gun. Go get a few guns. Go to the gun range. Learn how to shoot said gun or guns. Protect yourself. Protect your family. Protect your property. That's what I think you should do as law-abiding citizens. Don't let them fool you. More guns, the more... Listen. They're not taking away everybody's gun. If they do, then the only people that have the guns will be the government. Then they can just do... Then they really could do what the fuck they want. To my knowledge, and I'm not the most smartest and the brightest, I got now to count ABC, and I got my GED up north in 1998 at Elmira. Shout out to everybody up north getting their GED, trying to come home with something. The Second Amendment says that you have a right to bear arms and defend yourself against domestic and foreign, enemies. You have a right to protect yourself. The thing is, you living by the rules, but other people are not. So while you just going about your day, living by the rules, somebody that's not like myself and the prior will just come on like, oh, you a baller. I mean, give me this chain. Like, take them shoes off, nigga. Take your hat off. Like, let me get all that. Take your shit. Yeah, I did it a few times. Take your shit. Don't have no means. There's people out here like that right now. Looking, sharks, hungry, thirsty, lions. They hunting. No food on the stove, I hunt for it. Lil Wayne reference? Yeah, like, and if the food ain't on the stove, I hunt for it. People is hunting. It's hunting season. Like duck season, the rabbit. You just the Vic. That's all you are, is you the gazelle. And there's lions out here, lions, tigers, and bears, oh my. That's not going to change. And even if you have a gun, it may not change. But what could change could save your life. If you happen to have a gun in the state where you could conceal and they don't know you got a weapon, and you in the store getting your little wine, your little Zippendale, you had a long week, it's Friday, like it just got paid, and they robbing a liquor store, and now they gonna rob you, and they don't know you carrying a gun, and oh, when they turn they back, pow, nigga, you gonna try to take mine and kill me? No, I'm gonna kill you. Not that I want to, but you're gonna kill me, you're gonna do me dirty and filthy, like they did that rapper. Inside that pharmacy in that store, they're gonna do them dirty. Have no remorse, no regards. Kill you. Specialist said, I'll run you over like a trucker and leave you dead in the street. Like niggas will run you over like a trucker and leave you dead in the street. Go home, sleep, play PlayStation, fuck they girl, like smoke weed and not even think about it. And you'll be dead and your family will be crying in the morning. And again, you can say, damn, well, having guns is just more guns, it's just more gun violence. Okay, so what? Let's even this shit up a little bit. Let's even it up. That's what I think. And, that's why when you look at like Tombstone and, when the red coats and all that was running wild and the sheriffs and all that, they had to act bad. Like, are we going to just let them run over us and just do whatever they want? Or are we going to fight back? Because I'm not going to just let them do anything to me. Felony and no felony, not supposed to carry or not supposed to carry. I'm not just letting nobody do anything to me. And I have a chance, even if it means I might lose my life. But I'm going to lose my life trying to save my life. Now, if I think just doing everything that they say going to help me live, then yeah, I may weigh those options. And it is what it is. The Most High is in control. But the thing is, if you got a gun, you can protect us. They come run right up in your crib. Vince Carter crib just got robbed. Shout out to Vince Sanity. Glad everybody was good in his house, and his wife wasn't hurt. I think they took $100,000 and they took a couple of guns out of his crib. I think he had like 2 burners or whatever they said he had in his crib. Protection for your property, for your honor, for your family, so no bandits could just come and do whatever they want. We see what happens when people that's abusive, that's don't have no regards for life. When they have weapons, they'll just do you any type of way because they can. It's like Nas said, how you like me now? I go blah. It's that shit that move crowds, making every ghetto foul. I might have killed your first child, scarred your life, crippled your style. I gave you power. I made you buck wild. Guns make people go buck wild for some. And then some obviously just going to have it like Mr. Miyagi, like, well, why do you learn how to fight? So I don't got to fight. You know what I mean? So when it's time for me to defend myself, I can do it in a swift manner, gun you down, take you down, and get away smoothly and with my life. So let's get back to the road words way down. I think having guns in New York, they're like you still can't carry. I don't think it's nothing wrong. I'm in favor of people having guns. I'm in favor of that. Is that going to, taking them away, is that going to stop people from doing what they do or bringing more guns around? Obviously, you don't want life to be lost. I don't. I mean, it's sad when life is lost, but I think people would think differently if you knew people had guns. Like, damn, you're going to think about it. Wait a minute. Stop. Think about it. These ox in the store got guns. So if I'm just gonna go in the store, I just showed y'all the video. A homie just thought he was just gonna go in the store, jump over the counter, take their property, start throwing sodas out the store and all that. They said, no, nigga. Bust that nigga in the head and laid him out. And even though he fell on his own, you see him bleeding like all types of blood coming out his fucking head. Sound like the Wu-Tang, you know what I mean? Reference on the 36 chambers of death, like, 36 chambers. Is he dead? Like, niggas leaking all types of blood coming out his fucking head. Yeah, and he's dead. Killed him. And you're dead. Finish him. Bust him in the head. Could have killed him. Because you think you're just going to shoot people in the pinky toe and hit people with garbage cans. No, it's not going to happen. People would think about that. Like, damn, I get on this train, I don't know who carrying. You know what I mean? I may get 2-3 shots off, but what if somebody standing behind me got a gun? Bam, I'm dead. Yeah, you killed 2 people, but that's the only thing Trump was saying. And I don't agree, even though I got Trump right here. I don't agree with everything, you know what I mean? So I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. I know blacks, but you black, we keep voting Republican. I mean, we keep voting Democrat for whatever reason. That's because they duping us. You know, anything Republican, you're like, Republican. You got to stop, think, and do some critical thinking and say, damn, which is more, even though in my book, they both are part of the same bird. One wing is on this side, one wing is on this side. That shit is attached to the same body. They just got a little different, you know what I mean, ideology. But with that being said, it's like, yeah, if more people had and you don't know, you probably would be a little scared, or you'll be thinking about, like, damn, B, I go up in this fucking Walmart, man. I don't know. One, you know what I mean, a couple of people may have guns in there, and I start shooting, I'm gonna get shot. A lot of people don't want to get shot. They act like they do, but they don't. Let's get back to the Roe versus Wade. How is this gonna impact you? Certain states about to stop that shit immediately. Like, it's illegal. You can go to jail. I think I heard somebody say life. Some of that shit sound outrageous. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, women and men that's for Roe versus Wade, they bring up the most horriblest, scenarios, and I'm sure they happen. And that's getting, paid, some incest with your family, some crazy circumstances. And obviously, if you get mugged and you like Freddy Krueger moms, you get left up in the insane asylum, and everybody have their way with you. Of course you shouldn't have the baby. Of course you wouldn't want to have the baby. I don't think you should have the baby. But I think they saying you got up to 15 weeks. 15 weeks is a long time. You say, how many weeks is in a month? 4 most times. Even if you go 5, so that's 3 months. How long is taking you to decide this shit? You know what I mean? Like, and then the thing is too, if forces more accountability, and I'm for accountability on men's part and women's part. Now, obviously, women, once the seed is in you, you have the ultimate say because it's your body. Am I going to have the baby? I'm not going to have the baby. They just saying before you let a nigga come in you and you drunk and you think you could just take the plan B, you think you could just go to the local clinic. I told you I did a little research. They say 300 babies a day. I mean, I forget what that number was. I think it's like 300,000 a year. So are they really populating, controlling us? Let me see what that number comes up to. 365 times 300. I did that wrong. 300 a day. Or was it 900 a day? Was it 900 a day? I think it was 900 a day times 360. Yeah, that's what it was. 900 a day times 360. So how many babies is dying a year? Whether it's 3 months, 4 months, 2 months, 2 weeks. And as far as when is the fetus a baby and all that, I seen something on Twitter, Black Twitter. I was on Twitter looking at it, a lot of looking at the comments. One person was like, "It's bacteria on Mars." They said it's life on Mars. Obviously, the fetus inside, is life, and some people is arguing against it. My thing is this though: it is your body. It should be a choice. But with that choice, with that, what is it? With great power comes great responsibility. That's the Uncle Ben reference from Spider-Man. Just because it's your body and your choice don't mean you should be able to do what you want. You know what I mean? And regardless, you can say it's your body, it's your choice. You should be able to just kill yourself. You know what I mean? And kill other people and then kill yourself. No, it doesn't work that way. Just because it's your kids, people be like, they can raise your kids any way you want. No, it doesn't mean that. It don't mean you can harm your kids, abuse your kids, mistreat your kids, throw your kids to the wolves, leave them on the church and the doorstep, put them in foster care. This doesn't mean that. If you ain't gonna be a good parent, what the fuck is you having kids for? That's why I think it should be rules, parameters, and things of that nature. And the thing is this: how about get married first before you decide to have a baby? How about picking the right partner and vetting more, put a little more emphasis on that before it's just, you got drunk, had a one night stand, he was drunk, you was drunk, blame it on the goose, got you feeling loose, blame it on Patron, got you in the zone, you blaming it on the alcohol, like, you know what I mean? You blaming it on alcohol. And the unfortunate thing is too, we know women in the black community that had 2, 3, like LeBron, not 2, not 3, not 4, 5 abortions. We know this to be true. I know this to be true. That's sad. It's horrible. She made that many mistakes, bitch. Like, you know what I mean? You can't choose the right nigga, bitch. Like, and I'm saying like I'm being funny, but I'm not. It's like, damn. 2, 3, 4, like, come on. I get it. You 1 time, 2 times. You with the same nigga. You don't know if you're gonna commit maybe 3 times. After you get over 3 championships, like, come on. You see your Golden State Warriors after you win 4. You an iconic level now. Michael Jordan, 6 rings. You know what I mean? Like you reaching LeBron. You got to take that many times for you to figure it out that you don't want a kid. I mean, like, we see situations like that. And everybody's situation is different. So I'm not being insensitive. I'm just saying, like, damn, we know people like this. They get a pass. They just have abortions whenever they want. They should just do whatever they want. I don't think so. I think it should be some accountability, not life in jail. I know what it's like to be locked up on that yakisobe line, chili con corn, not suggesting that women just go to jail. I don't think that's right. But I think it should be accountability. I think fellas, before you decide bust off and skeet and shoot the club up and say fuck the bouncers, you should make sure that's if you want to have a kid behind. Obviously, fellas need to be, to me, more what's the word? Mindful and cautious. You know what I mean? Mindful and cautious. I'm live right now. I'll hit you right back. I'm live. You know what I mean? Be mindful, you know what I mean, of who you giving your seed to. Once you give your seed away, you can't get it back. And then the ball is out your court. They can do whatever they want. Obviously now that may change some, you know what I mean? So maybe you don't have sex with just anybody that you ain't thinking about marrying or you take it serious. Or maybe you don't have sex on the first night. I get humans gonna be humans. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Humans gonna be humans. But the thing is, where's gonna be the accountability at? Now I had those situations. I can count 1, 2, 3. I was with 2. I was with. Third person wasn't, but I wasn't ready. I think I told a story on that already. But it's like, damn, how many abortions you gonna have? 5, 6, some people 7. 7 golden fucking rings. That's Robert Horry. I think Robert Horry got 7 or 8 rings. That's just astonishing. You ain't gonna take no credibility. You're gonna have a hot girl summer and then just pop a B pill and that's that and that's you. And it's your choice. One, you could be doing irreparable, unreversible harm to your body. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what you could be doing. And then also, where's the condoms? Contraceptions. They got women condoms that go in you. I told y'all I was a peer educator, taught HIV and AIDS prevention, how to put condoms on right. It's prisoners at that, like in whole prison, maximum security prison, telling niggas how to put condoms on. You know what I mean? And demonstrating and all that. Like, you know what I mean? Been there and done that. Came home. The youth that's gonna listen, like, yo, don't get her pregnant. You trying to go to the NBA, you trying to be a rapper or whatever you trying to do. Don't have no babies young, my nigga. Like, you 18, 19, no job, no resources. Use condoms. Don't let them trick you up. Now, obviously, when you're a rapper and you're a superstar like Drake, you're going to have women digging in the garbage can, trying to snatch your seed. And, nobody ain't really trying to snatch our seed because we ain't Drake. You know what I mean? Keep it a buck. It has to be some accountability. It has to be. Because if not, then we'll have 900 babies being aborted every day. When I say that number, I said that's crazy because people always want to push population control. You know, the white man always trying to, oh, but you black. They're trying to make sure our numbers stay low because they're gonna die out. That's why they're trying to have babies with us, and you know they stopping the laws and all. Listen, if they want, I mean, I'm a conspiracy theorist with some shit. I listen to it, I say, damn, stop, think about it. Does that make sense? Yeah, it do. Or nah, that don't make sense to me. If they was trying to populate control, wouldn't they want us to keep aborting the babies? Right. Stop it before it even happens. Like, fuck having them kill each other in the street. We could continue to do that. Let's keep giving them the guns. Let's keep giving them the drugs. Let's keep giving them the hookah. Let's keep giving them the Hennessy. Let's keep creating these environments. Let's stick with that. But also, they wouldn't want to stop. Why let the baby get full grown, be born with an iPhone, need food and resources just to get killed at 15, 16? No, stop that shit at the door. Kill them in the womb. Like, they would want more abortions than 900. They would probably want to push that number to, you know what I mean, fucking 2,000 a day. Just think about that. You know what I mean? That's just black and the brown. Who knows? I didn't look at the statistics of, you know, other races. I was looking into black and brown because that's what I am. They wouldn't be stopping the law. So that doesn't really make sense. Oh, they could be putting it in the water. They could be doing this. They could be doing a lot of shit. But what makes sense? If they really try to populate control us, do it make sense for them to stop us from getting abortions or making us keep the babies? Doesn't make sense. Somebody in the chat, somebody on the back line that's a little smarter than me, you let me know. Let's get to this other shit real quick. Oh, real quick before we jump off that. You got Malika Andrews on ESPN. You know, she just did the draft. Shout out to the New York Knicks. They did some other shit like, it's New York in the house. It's Brooklyn in the house. Uptown, like real, you know what I mean? I'm from New York, so we going to rep New York, even though the Knicks suck. But what they did was they traded their pick, got 3 more draft picks. The next year they got 3, so they got 6 draft picks. I still don't think Kyrie coming to New York, even though he like, y'all want to go to New York. He already, you know, we know he from Jersey or whatever. He already in Brooklyn. Could they pull a rabbit out of the hat? Maybe. I'm accept Kyrie with open arms. I don't think that's going to happen. You know what I mean? I don't think that's going to happen at all. But the NBA draft, right? Let's do real quick. You know what I mean? Real quick. So obviously this is a time. It's a joyous time. You know, we was at the game today. I was at small boy game. They won the first game. They lost the second game. You know what I mean? And you know, it's good to see the kids. Oh, actually, I do want to. This is what I want to talk about real quick before we get back to the NBA. So at the regular game, at the YMCA or whatever the fuck we was at in the gym, you know, the team that they beat earlier, one of the kids, he was one of their best players on the team. He was aggressive, a little short, a little speedy, point guard. You know what I mean? Or maybe he was a shooting guard. Kept driving to the basket, getting fouled, making his free throws, and he was making it happen. They was beating my small boy team by like 6 with like a minute and change left in the game. You know what I mean? Drive to the basket, gets fouled, stays on the ground. And he been complaining the whole game. I mean, you get it. These is adolescents. You know what I mean? 17, 16, 18, you know what I mean? 19 maybe. Complaining. It's like, all right, bro. You aggressive. You going to the rack. You're going to get fouled. Nobody's going to just let you come in and score. Go to the free throw line, knock your free throws down, seal the game, win the game, be the hero. But he was mad. He was in his feelings. Guess the call didn't come quick. I really don't know what he was beating about, but he was on the ground, punching the ground, like this whole game. Then he took his shirt off after calling one of the female refs a fat bitch. Took his shirt off, went to the bleachers, and you know me, I'm like, yo, that's a tech, ref, that's a tech. Woo. You know, I want my team to win. And you know, he made one free throw before he took his shirt off and went. So they was up 5. Now they was up 6. So we get to shoot 2 free throws. They made 1. Then they hit a 3, our team. Then they fouled and got the and 1. They won by 1, 49-48. But my point, this is why I'm bringing this story up. Young man, full of emotion, a lot, you know, and I credit he not out here in the streets. My knowledge, doing that crazy. He on the team, he on the board. This is the 6th year that they running this tournament in Riverbank Park. If anybody from Harlem, 145th, that's where he was at. Not the YMCA. So one of the coaches of the team, I'm just a parent, so I'm just there rooting, and y'all know on the channel, I hate losing, and I'm real boisterous. So I'm screaming out stuff, you know what I mean, woo-woo through the whole game. So you see the coaches coming back because the winner of this game going to play the winner of the next two teams. Like I said, they won the first one, they lost the second one. So you see the coaches and you see men, you know what I mean, walking back and forth with their team. And when this incident happened, I'm looking to the men like, yo, y'all ain't going, because they're like, we ain't going to play the game. We ain't going to finish the game till you get out. You got to get dressed outside the gym. He taking off his socks, going mad slow, you know what I mean, talking shit. And, you know, some of the kids think it's funny that he called her a fat bitch. And, you know, nobody's really saying nothing. Now, I was going to say something, but, you know, kids like, yo, don't say nothing. We not here for that. And I'm like, yo, why is none of the men stepping to this little motherfucker? Like, one, that's unacceptable. You're letting your teammates down. You're letting your emotions get the best of you, and you causing us to lose the game because they did lose by one. I mean, I know the ref that he called the fat bitch. Not to say it wasn't a foul, but when he scored to, you know, tie the game and won, and he went to the basket, made the free throw, and now we up one with a second or whatever, you know what I mean, and we won the game. I know she probably did that on purpose. It's like, you ain't gonna call me a fat bitch and have no consequences. And that's why I be saying sports is rare, because it's human beings that get to make the calls when they choose to make it at critical junctures of the game. Not every game, but I'm sure this happened. But I said all that to say, like, one of the coaches came by, he was like, yo, that's wild. He just called her a fat bitch. And I'm looking at him like, yeah, ain't you one of the coaches? Ain't you one of the men's and the mentors that's leading these men? You need to be go speaking to him. And you know what his response was? His response was, if he could call a random woman, you know, a stranger, a bitch, who he, you know, he's off the chain, I ain't even gonna go talk to him. I said, what? And this is the thinking of some men, not me, some men. And I get it. I'm not going to act like I'm naive and I don't know some of these little bastards carry guns. They wild with it for the night. They getting their feelings. You try to come talk to them, correct them, critique them, criticize them, mentor them. They may not take that exchange too well, be in their feelings, get embarrassed in front of their homies or whoever, and feel like doing something to you. I totally get that. Maybe on the street level, if you outside and you in a McDonald's or you somewhere, you don't know if they brandishing. In a setting like this where you're one of the coaches, even though of another team, you a man, he's on the team, like even the coach, his coach is like, yo, you got to get out of here. He wasn't listening. That's when you take this moment and say, yo, bro, it's parents in there, it's kids in there, you wilding out. Take it outside. You're not on this team no more. You know, you put your foot down and you lay some ground rules down so that they don't run them up. Because when that's not checked, I'm not saying they're not going to check them after the game. We left after we won. You know what I mean? You can't let stuff like that go. Now let's get to the draft real quick because I'm going to get out of here. It's getting a little late, even though I got time in there. So the NBA draft, like I said, you work hard in these gyms, playing these games for free, going to college, even though now you can get paid depending on who you are for your likeness, etc. You know, and you put in all this work and you make it to the NBA draft and you get one of the top 30 or 60 teams, yeah, first, second round, and the first round. One of the top 60 players or 50 players or whatever it is. It was a lot of crying. A lot of crying, and I get it. You happy. You made it like, we made it. We made it. Like, we made it. That's a Ghostface reference on Supreme Clientele. I love that song. We made it. Make me want to pop something. No champagne, 2-5 on me, weed and cracks on me. Bitch motherfucker try to get a rep off me. Like, I mean, I love that song. We made it. You made it. You changed and you reversed the generational curse, or, you know what I mean, college, you made it to the NBA, only a few people get to make it. And I get it. You Rick Ross and his tears of joy. But some of these kids was balling, like, hugging their moms, and it was just like, you know, where's the fathers out there? It was like maybe, I counted maybe like 5 fathers, 6 fathers maybe when they first was introducing them, and they was walking in, and it's like, damn, I get it. It's a lot of single moms. I get it. Somebody's mentoring these young men, the coaches and the training staff and the counselors, not just all the moms. You know what I mean? And get it, and you see, you know, even one of the interviewers, the #1 draft pick, what is his name, Pablo Branchi or whatever. He's sitting there. I forget who was. The lady from CNN. I don't know why she was on it. Alyssa, something like that. She actually made him. She like, I want you to turn to your moms right now and thank her, and you know what I mean, like real narrative push. In my opinion, I could have been tweaking and looking at it from a different angle. I'm saying, damn, he thanked his mom. I'm not saying he shouldn't. He did. I'm sure he did it enough times. But for her to be like, I want you to turn right now and tell your mother you love her and thank her, like, I just was like, damn, where is this coming from? What type of interviewing is this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, he was. I didn't say he felt uncomfortable. He did what she asked him to do, but he already did that a few times. You know what I mean? Like my mom's, without my mom's, I wouldn't be here. I think she was a player as well. So it was like, you know, mom's was a player. She teaching you how to be a player. Sure, you think it's mom's to death. Like, good luck. Without mommy, you don't get here through the graces of God. But obviously, you have to have two parents. But for her to ask him to do that, I thought that was really weird. And then that was kind of like the setting of the tone for the whole night. You hear Malika Andrews, who I brought up to say she was on, you know, NBA Today, talking crazy about the Roe v. Wade. Like, listen, we don't care about your political views. You got to do that off ESPN. You there to talk about basketball. You getting enraged, and Bill O'Reilly, they only rallying you up. Like, we don't give a fuck about your political views. We there to hear you talk about basketball and make jokes with Kendrick Perkins. But she was hosting, and you could hear the narrative, and he really loved his moms, and his moms was his everything, and just the narrative that they were spinning. There was a lot of crying. Like, I don't know if I'm wrong to look at it that way, but I'm just saying, like, damn, 18, 19, some of them 20, been in college for 2 years. You know, you made it, they call your name. You know you was going to the draft. That's why they invited you to here. That's why you put on the nice suits, and, you know, some of the suits was tough, too. That's why you brought all the nice clothes. You brought the bling bling. You got your chain outside the collar so everybody can see it. This is your big night. One dude was crying so much, like, you taking the picture when they go up there with Adam Silver, you got tears running down. Bro, take a decent picture, my nigga, and be happy and go prove, you know what I mean, prove them right. That's why you coming to the NBA. That was my take on it. I'm curious to see what some of y'all think. Was it too much crying? Like, we see this every year now, more crying. I say, damn, did Michael Jordan cry? Did Patrick Ewing cry? Did Charles Barkley cry? Did Iverson cry? Did Kobe cry? Did Kevin Garnett cry? Did Hakeem the Dream cry? I don't recall him crying. And that's not, you know what I mean? Like, so what was different from then to now? Now, I know we got a whole period of single moms and this single motherhood, so maybe that could be the reason. But some of these players, Gary Payton, I don't remember some of these players crying. You know what I mean? I don't. Jalen Rose, I don't remember him crying. You know, I remember that red outfit, but I don't remember them bawling like tears of joy, so happy, like you got to control, like shaking. Bro, this is what you worked your whole ass off up to this point for. And again, you can celebrate how you want to celebrate, but I just thought it was ridiculous. I thought I was at a funeral, sitting there watching this shit like, damn, another one. As soon as they call their name, you got to be consoled and whole. A lot of emotion. That's why I brought up this young dude at the joint. You was one of the best players. Y'all was winning. You got the foul call, bro. You went to the rack and they called the foul. Then you get mad and you curse the ref out. You take your shirt off on some Antonio Brown shit looking crazy, and you lose the game and you let your teammates down. He might be one of the people, if he make it on draft night, crying tears of joy. But that's what I got for y'all tonight. Happy Saturday. You know what it is. It's your boy, Popovich. Y'all was just tuned in to my show, Popovich TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, so we do what we want over here. We authentic, that feeling back up in here. One more again. Yeah, kid.